You female say สวัสดีค่ะ or your man you say สวัสดีครับ and then if you try to tip someone in Thailand some people will think that you look down on them.
I don't think people that are arguing or in a disagreement care about being rude to each other.
If you wear white it's like you steal the scene from the bride.
Yeah.
Like you're not supposed to compete with the bride because she's supposed to be the most beautiful girl.
Welcome to BKK to USA. From Bangkok to the US, we talk culture, life, and everything in between.
Welcome back to BKK to USA. This is episode number 4. I'm Vince.
I'm Penny.
And today we are going to talk about manners.
Yeah.
Sounds a little weird. I don't know how I'm going to talk around these questions.
We can try.
But just bear with me, okay? All right, there's 17 questions on this episode. Number 1, what's considered rude when dining in Thailand versus the United States?
And the first thing that came up in my mind is that you blow your nose.
At the table?
At the table.
I think that's pretty rude in the United States, too. I mean, yeah, I don't think a lot of people have manners, though.
Oh.
So, like what I'm... Go ahead.
When you eat, like, chicken or something, and then... I mean, I think it's pretty common when you eat wings. And I think it's acceptable, but some people might not like when you, like, eat and then you just, like, grab the bones out of your mouth and then maybe it's put on the table or something like that.
Yeah, I think when you're at
you should cover it. Cover your mouth, something like that.
In Thailand?
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, like when you go eat chicken wings in the, like I don't know, name a chicken wing restaurant, people are going to be eating with their hands. They're going to be licking sauce off their fingers. You know, they give you the wet wipes and stuff, but who uses it? Maybe I'm just rude. I don't know, but that's how I'm going to eat chicken wings. Don't expect me to like use a fork to eat some chicken. Like that's another thing. If I see a person using a fork and knife to eat pizza, psychopath. Like, why would you do that? Fold the pizza, eat it. Come on.
No, what if it's like a fine dine restaurant?
I've never been to a fine dining restaurant.
Me neither.
And I'm never going to probably go because I would get so irritated with the one bite thing. And it's like there's like smoke coming off the plate. And I'm like, what is that?
And,
you know?
And then that's it.
I don't think I would like it. That's just me. I don't know. I'm probably going to at one point.
Okay, what's rude?
Yeah.
In the US.
It's just kind of depends on the restaurant. I don't know. I'm always nice to people that are bringing me my food, but I feel like there's you get those people that are like very, very rude to the waitress or the waiter or the staff or anybody. Like if they don't get exactly what they asked for, exactly what they want, if it's not the perfect temperature or whatever, and they're very nitpicky. I feel that that's being rude. But I know people are going to say, hey, I'm paying for a service. I expect it to be a certain way, but I mean, what are you going to expect, especially if you go to like a very, busy restaurant on a Friday night or a Saturday night, and they're not as I don't know, attentive to your table because they have other people to worry about, and I don't know. I'm nice, so if the service is kind of like lackluster, they're not going to get a big tip. They'll get a 20% tip because I'm not a dick.
Yeah.
But like I'm not going to be rude to the people because they're just bad at giving me a service.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, talking loud, I feel like that's super rude. But there's people that do it.
And chewing. Like when you chew, like you open your mouth when you chew.
Or like talking with your mouth full and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
Is that universal?
Yeah, it's typical things that you don't want you try to teach your kids not to do, and you expect them to, grow up with those manners and like, elbows off the table, use your utensils, don't eat with your hands, don't talk, don't reach across the table,
Yeah.
So how do people in Thailand and the USA view punctuality? That means being on time.
Oh.
So I'm telling you, if like, you're like, hey, let's go out to lunch. And I'm like, cool, what time? 11:30. And I get there at like 11:20, 11:25. Get a table, I'm waiting for you. And you show up at noon. First of all, I'm not going to wait that long. I'm going to get my food. I'm going to leave. I'm going to text you, be like, you're a dick. What are you doing? Are you okay? Or did you get in a car accident or something? Like, did your wife go into labor?
I say in Thailand, right, 30 minutes is still acceptable. 30
Absolutely
minutes
not.
late.
Maybe because of the traffic or something, right?
Yeah. But I think that's in just Thai people nature. That if it's 10 minutes late, then it's like expectable. Is it a word?
No.
Is it a real word?
I don't know. You're confusing me.
I mean, it's expected too. 10 minutes is still acceptable.
Yeah, that's fine. But
And-
like you're talking about 30 minutes? No, I ain't going to wait 30 minutes for I'm going to eat and then like they're going to show up while I'm almost done and be like, I'm not going to wait for you.
But if it's about businesses, you should go
That's
before.
different. If you're going to go out to meet someone professionally, yeah, it's different, but like I'm not going to go out and eat with like my boss.
Mm.
It's just weird. Why would I do that? I'm not trying to brown nose. I'm not trying to get promoted. I get promoted on merit, you know? I'm not trying to kiss somebody's ass.
10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's okay. Especially if you're like communicating. But if you're like
yeah.
during the time that you're supposed to be there and you haven't been there for like 30 minutes and you're not like responding to like text messages or phone calls, I'm just going to do my thing and be like, hey man, I don't know what happened, but I got to go. I ain't got all day.
Yeah.
That's for that's for family, that's for friends, that's for wife, that's for kids, that's for everybody.
Yeah.
All right, is it rude to point at someone or something in Thailand versus the USA?
Yes.
Yes, what?
Yes, it's rude in Thailand.
Yeah, it's probably rude in the U.S., but I do the knife hand instead of pointing my finger or whatever. I usually go like this a lot. You know, it's kind of It's not like, hey, that thing right there or that person, like this. And it's not like I'm like still in the army because the army they're known for that. I go like this a lot. So it's not it's like more, welcoming than like pointing a finger.
Yeah. I just realized that I don't really point anymore. And sometimes when I want
when
I want you to look at something, I'm like, Okay, number 4. How do you greet people? Is there a right or wrong way to do it?
Yeah, I feel like I'm very courteous and very professional. Like
Shake hand?
Well, it depends. Like if I know the person,
Yeah.
like my friends, what's up, man? What's up, bro? How you doing? No, I don't really touch people unless like I'm meeting them for the first time. Like when I shake people's hands, I stand up, I look them in the eye, I shake their hand, and a courtesy smile. How you doing? My name's Vince. And I'm just professional. I have to be at work. A lot of the people that I interact with a lot of people every day. If I don't know them, at least like I did not encounter them at least once or twice in passing, I'll go out of my way to introduce who I am. Look them in the eye, shake their hand. It doesn't matter if they're male or female.
Yeah.
But after that, I normally don't touch people unless it's like, my friend in Texas.
Yeah.
Like when I see him next, or like, the other one in Missouri or Chicago, when I see that, I'll probably give him a hug.
Yeah.
But that's about it. I mean, what's up, bro? How you been, man? Same thing. And like there's another, a way for me to greet my female friends at work, hello, Miss Lady. And they laugh, because I don't know, trying to be
pretty much just say hi.
Yeah. Yeah.
Say hi.
So, unless like you're meeting like an elder, completely different, or like a little kid or someone 10 years younger than me.
Yeah.
Completely different. It just depends on the person's gender and the person's age, I'd say.
So for Thai people, they're just why.
Yeah.
Why?
Sawadee cup, right?
Yeah. If you see people around the same age, you just do like this.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I don't have to go
the
that
older
low.
they are, the lower you go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just say สวัสดี. You female say สวัสดีค่ะ. Or you a male, you man, you say สวัสดีครับ.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. I think.
Is that the only greeting though? There's no like more formal other greeting in Thai?
Yeah. No, I think that's
สวัสดีครับ
that's it. สวัสดีครับ. And then you why with สวัสดีครับ at the same time. สวัสดีค่ะ. สวัสดีค่ะ. But people tend to like say สวัสดีค่ะ and then if you meet for the first time, then you shake hand too. Maybe it's like adopted from American style.
Like a business thing.
Yeah.
But they also say "swadika" when they leave, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
same thing
Swadika, swadika. So it's a greeting. It's like hello and goodbye. It could be goodbye. Yeah.
for both. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is it rude to ask someone's age or marital status in Thailand and the USA? I would say, like, if I would ask like a woman's age, yeah. But I would only ask like my friends. I would only feel comfortable with like the people I work with. You know, because I've known them for like going on 4 years. You know, so I want to be, you know.
No, what about when you meet for the first time?
Oh, absolutely not. That's just not something
So
that you
it's
should
rude
talk about at all.
in the
No,
use.
because like you should be able to kind of figure that out on your own. Be like, he's probably older than me. Maybe about the same age, or she's about, you know, she might be like 5 years younger than me, or she might be 10 years older than me. But that's not something that you say. Hey, my name's Vince. How old are you?
It's acceptable in Thai culture.
Yeah.
I think it's because we have the word like P and Nong, which mean like older sister, brother, or old and younger sister or younger brother.
Yeah.
And then it just, you need to know the age to address properly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So it's acceptable to ask the age. But marital status, I don't think we do that. I think it's rude. So if you want to see if that
You look at the
person,
finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would never just go out of my way to ask somebody's age. Like, if someone looks older than me, I call them sir, ma'am, and I'm super, you know, polite to them. That's just how I was raised.
Yeah. Is it rude to touch someone's head?
I mean, why would you touch somebody's head? If somebody
True.
tried to touch my head, I'm going to be like, yo,
True.
why are you touching my head, bro?
Yeah, I mean, even with little kids, like you try to touch little kids' head.
I touch my kid's head all the time. I like give them a little scratch.
Yeah, I know.
That's like an
stranger.
affectionate. No, I would hope a stranger would try to punch me in my face if I try to rub them on the head.
Okay, just
Is it
Fun
acceptable
fact.
in
no.
Thailand? Okay.
So Thai people just think that the head is like sacred place. So and the feet are like the dirty place.
Yeah.
Like
That's
you
just
said,
weird. That's just weird.
why you want to?
Like, why would you ever want to touch my head?
True.
Why would you want to touch somebody's head?
Affection.
Chat GPT got these questions. Wow. Okay. How do both cultures feel about tipping at restaurants or in service situations?
This one.
It's expected in the States.
It's like a must.
Yeah, well, it's not a must. I mean,
Yeah.
no, it's not, because if like there's people out there that don't tip.
You know, I heard so many stories about like Thai tourists come to the States and then they post online and then they said that like they didn't tip, and then somebody just ran after them. Hey, yo, where's my tip? Someone yell at them and they curse.
Yeah, well, I'm a big believer is if I'll always give a tip unless it's like out of ordinary, like super bad, like super bad, or like the people were just straight up rude.
Yeah.
But I mean, like you should, if somebody's giving you a service like that,
Yeah.
you should tip them, you know.
But I feel like some people.
Because if you can't tip, you shouldn't go out to eat. If you can't afford the 20% tip at the end, I get it. You know, especially if you have like a family of 4, family of 5, family of 6, it's going to get expensive. But I mean, then eat at home. If you don't want to, you know, do that,
Yeah.
That person should deserve it. Unless they just suck at their job, then yeah, don't give them a tip. Sure, but don't like go and eat a meal and just like try to get out of giving a tip. You know, that's just a bad move on you.
No, but like me, I didn't know that you're supposed to tip at first.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then in Thailand you don't tip. Like I said in the first episode,
Yeah.
that everything you need to pay is already in the bill.
Yeah.
The
which
amount
makes
that you
sense.
have to pay. And most restaurants include service charge on that.
Yeah.
Pretty much like 7% or 10%, something like that is already included. And then if you try to tip someone in Thailand, some people will think that you look down on them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
They
I
might
can see
feel
that.
offensive.
I know some restaurants, when they give you the check, it's already it tells you on the bottom, like it's either gratuity is included in your check or it's not, and then it tells you 15, 20, 25%, whatever, and then it tells you exactly the amount of the tip and then the actual subtotal, so you don't have to do the math, because like me, I'll just break out my freaking phone and I'll 20% of whatever the tab is.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to give you, unless super nice or super good service, I'll give 25%. So yeah, I think it's very important here, because the wages don't really, the people that are certain, in the food industry or the service industry, they don't really make a good hourly wage, so they bank on the tips. So
I just don't understand how the customer are the one who pay for their wage, salary.
Asking the wrong guy. Never been in that business before.
It shouldn't be like that. The business owner should pay them enough, to get enough money so they don't have to depend on the tip.
I don't know. All right, number 8. Is it rude to express strong opinions or debate in public in Thailand versus the USA? Express strong opinions on what? Like the government? Because you can't really criticize the government in Thailand, right?
You can't talk about king.
Yeah, the king.
The royal family.
Yeah.
You go to jail.
Yeah. Well, that I feel like that counts. Strong opinions on.
Yeah. Yes, but it's not rude. It's just
illegal.
it is illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it shouldn't be, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't think it's rude in the United States, because we have freedom of speech, and no matter what your speech is, you should have the right to what you do. You have the right of speaking your mind, and if you don't want to hear somebody's opinion, then don't listen to them. Get out of that situation. I don't know. If you don't like what the person's talking about, just be quiet. Let them talk, and don't add to their conversation so they keep talking. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. If you're upset about somebody protesting a certain thing, why are you at the protest? Are they impeding you from going into your building of residence or work or whatever? Then get out of that situation. I don't agree with 95% of the stuff that I hear every day, but it's just their opinions. I don't really care. So, I mean, what am I going to do? Just make it worse by, throwing my opinion at them and be like, oh, my opinion is more important than yours. Nope, that's not me. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so I don't think it's rude at all. I just think it happens on a daily basis, and it's up to you whether or not that you're gonna, feed into that conversation. Is making direct eye contact considered rude in Thailand or the USA?
I think not making direct eye contact considered rude.
When you don't look at somebody?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's okay, why are they talking to me but they're not looking at me?
Yeah.
It's they don't trust you when you're looking at somebody, or you're not looking at somebody and you're talking to them. It's kind of weird. Oh. And it shows you're being deceitful, not truthful. You're holding back information, all those things. Yeah. So I don't know. I always look at the person I talk to. So especially if I just met somebody, 100% eye contact.
Yeah. I think that's what you should do. Yeah.
Except when I'm speaking in front of a group. Mm-mm. It's kind of hard because you have to look over here, look over here, look over there. Yeah. Yeah. What's considered disrespectful when speaking to someone older in Thailand?
I think it's the same in the States. What considered disrespectful when you talk to someone older in the States?
Yeah,
I wouldn't be the same.
Yeah, I wouldn't swear. I wouldn't talk out of turn. I would not interrupt them.
Yeah.
It's just, I always treat people that are older than me just with a little more respect than someone that my age or younger than me, especially, younger than me. Because I kind of try to mentor younger people as I meet them. Try to be a good example for younger people as much as I can. Yeah, I'm just I go out of my way to be nice to older people.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing in Thailand.
Yeah.
Is it rude to show public affection in Thailand or the US?
Didn't we talk about this before? It's not rude. It's just
we talked about this before.
holding hands ain't bad. I mean, it's okay. holding hands, I would be okay with that in public. But I mean, like,
Kissing, yes, in Thailand. I would say it's rude. Like, especially if you at a temple and then you kiss in the temple,
well, yeah,
then
I mean,
that considered rude.
yeah. When I was younger, I didn't. I mean, I remember. Sorry, but I remember like making out with like girls at parties and stuff, like with the people everywhere at bars. You know, at the bar. It's just,
I think that's fine. Like
Yeah,
a
but-
place like that.
I didn't care. I didn't care about that kind of stuff.
yeah.
But now it's like, you're the mother of my children. I'm not gonna like, attack you with my face. In public. It's just, there's a time and place for that kind of stuff. Especially now we're like walking examples for our little minions.
Yeah.
How they react when they see us like hugging or like kissing in the house. It's hilarious. They're like, "What? Family hug without me?
Yeah.
Mommy!" And like, it's,
Yeah.
it's hilarious. But I mean, like, I wouldn't do that in public.
Yeah.
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 It's just a time and place for that stuff. And I just don't think it's in the public. You shouldn't be in the public eye when you do that kind of stuff. It's different when you're in high school, you're in college, you're younger, you're trying to figure your life out, I guess. But
I just don't really have private time together.
yeah, but still, I'm not going to try to like, put my tongue down your throat in Sam's Club, or like, it's just cringeworthy to think about. It's like private stuff, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just me.
Is it rude to raise your voice in a disagreement in Thailand or the US?
Yeah, but I think that's part of like
Argument.
Yeah, part of an argument. So, I mean, I don't think people that are arguing or in a disagreement care about being rude to each other at that time. So I think it's a normal thing to
True.
raise your voice.
Yeah. But it's rude, yes. But
Yeah.
I don't think they care.
No, I think there's, you know what? I'm not polite all the time. I can be an asshole. I can be, very stern when I need to be. Yeah, I don't really care about, raising my voice. I try not to raise my voice because like when I raise my voice, when I raise my voice, it's like I'm really, pissed, and I try not to do that, So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, it is rude. Yes. Is it disrespectful to refuse food or drink when offered?
Yes. In Thailand, I say yes.
Yeah, I can say it, yeah. But I mean, it's
Still depends on the situation.
situational. Yeah. Because if I go somewhere and I literally just like ate or something, I'm going to be like, no, I'm good. I just ate. I don't think that's rude. But if somebody's like, you're going out to meet your friends at like a restaurant or a bar, and they're like, hey, what do you want to drink? I'm like, oh, I'm good. I feel like that would be like, really, bro? Why did you come here?
Yeah.
Or you can be like, oh, I'm driving. I don't want to drink. That's why I haven't been to a bar since like 2019 or 18 or something like that. And it's just, if I would go to one right now, that's how it would be. And I probably would be considered being rude. But I'd be like, yo, let me get a Pellegrino on the rocks. What is that? Sparkling water. Oh, okay, gotcha.
But like in Thailand, say if you go to meet your girlfriend's family for the first time at a restaurant, and then they're like, hey, like they give you a spoonful of this food and hey, try this.
Oh, in that situation, 100%. If I was going over to like a girlfriend's house and I'm meeting the family,
Yeah.
and they're having like this family, like grandma's lasagna or something.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat that lasagna no matter what it tastes like.
Yeah.
Oh, that's delicious.
Yeah, pretty much the same, I think.
But like if we were married, right? Yeah, it's different because we've been together for going on like 9 years.
Yeah.
Married for almost 7, right?
Yes.
It's like I'd be like, hell no, I ain't gonna eat that food. I'm good now. But if we were brand new, like in our relationship, I'd be like, yes, let me eat this this fish sauce food and shrimp pasty food. Yes, I would eat it and put it on the front. Yes, 100%.
Okay.
Is it rude to wear casual clothes in certain settings, like temples in Thailand or churches in the USA?
So in Thailand, if you go to a temple, you're supposed to dress properly. Like you don't show your skin.
That
Like
makes
you
sense.
wear pants and at least short sleeve. You don't have to like cover until like right here. But you wear short sleeve, not like no sleeve, sleeveless.
Yeah.
Yeah. That. What
Yeah.
about church?
Like growing up, when I would go to church, you're supposed to wear like your Sunday's best, like whatever you had. It's not like you have to break your bank to go get like church clothes, but we always had church clothes. I'm not a really huge religious person. I haven't been to church in a very long time. But I know there's like there's churches that they don't care what you wear. You can wear jeans, you can wear t-shirts, it doesn't matter, because the reason why you're there is not to, impress anybody with what clothes you have on. It's what you're talking about and what you're celebrating and all that. So I think it just depends on the church you go to, because I know people that are pretty religious and, they have full sleeve tattoos, they have gauged ears, and then they go in jeans, chucks, and a white t-shirt, and nobody bats an eye, and then I have some of my family members that are super religious, and I'm sure they wear a suit or at least like a dress shirt with a tie and all that stuff. So I don't think you're going to be going in there with like a cutoff shirt, but you're going to look decent when you go into a church. Should be respectful when you go into a house of worship. So.
What about do and don't when you go to, say, a wedding? What color is acceptable?
A wedding? I would say...
you can't wear black for girl.
Well, I guess, but I mean, I'm not the person to ask that. I mean, I would wear whatever, and I'd be like, oh, I'm not supposed to wear black? Oh, man, that sucks. But I would be that guy.
Yeah, in Thailand, right? If you go to a wedding, you're not supposed to wear white and black.
Yeah, but the most like every man is supposed to have a black suit, right?
Yeah,
a black
I mean
suit.
that's what men. I'm talking about like women.
Yeah.
Because first, if you wear white, I don't know if it's the same here.
I don't know.
If you wear white, it's like you steal the scene from the bride.
Yeah.
Like you're not supposed to compete with the bride because she's
Interesting.
supposed to be the most beautiful girl in that place. And you don't wear black because in Thailand, when you wear black, it's pretty much like you go to a funeral.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is that in Korea, it's acceptable. If you go to a wedding and you wear black, like a little black dress, that's acceptable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why is it acceptable?
Didn't do that.
Why is it not acceptable in Thailand? Just because it's for the funeral?
Yeah.
It's like it's supposed to be happy, not.
Yeah, like
celebrating a
happy
death.
and colorful and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably something similar, but I mean, like whatever you got, you're gonna wear. I mean, like if all you got is a black like button-up shirt.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry. I mean, that's all I got. I'm not gonna go spend a couple $100 just for your wedding unless I'm in it. So, yeah. How do people in Thailand and the U.S. feel about showing up uninvited to social gatherings? So, like wedding crashing or like just
That's
crashing
what
a
I think
party?
too.
Yeah, it's like,
Like, why did she show up?
it depends on I guess it depends on the setting. I mean, I got to think about it. I probably have like parties. I've probably done that before. Like parties that I was not invited to, but like I knew somebody that was having a party and I just showed up. But I mean, as long as, you're not being like rude or whatever, I don't see why.
Okay.
But it's like if you go to a wedding unannounced, that's different because it's like the people that, prepared the wedding probably have it down to like a guest list and the number of plates and the number of like, the amount of food and all that stuff or drinks.
Yeah.
That would probably cause a couple issues, but I've never done that.
Yeah.
But I would say that's kind of unacceptable.
Same thing in Thailand.
But that's social gatherings. Social gatherings are like, parties. So I mean,
It's
like,
gonna be just like awkward.
well, I mean, like if me and my friends got together and we're going, I don't know, out to a bar or whatever, and they bring like a couple people I've never even seen before, I'm like,
No, that's fine.
that's fine. Be like, hey, what's up, man? I'm Vince. How you doing? And I would just make a new friend, unless they were like, like really, come on, really? You want to do that right now? I don't know this guy,
Yeah.
But I mean, I would just be cool because they're my friends' acquaintance. I'd be check them out and see what they're all about, and I might have a new friend.
Yeah.
All right, in Thailand, is it rude to not remove your shoes before entering someone's home? I know this. Yes, it is very rude if you don't remove your shoes. So
Yeah, it's rude.
yeah.
But
so,
then they might just probably ask you, hey, take your shoes off.
in Thailand,
Yeah.
well, yeah, I feel like it's the same thing here, but it's not as common because I grew up walking in wherever I lived with shoes on. But like I had certain family members' houses that made you take your shoes off before you came into the house. But I mean, look at us. I just adopted it because I don't want to get my floor all dirty.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we don't wear shoes in the house. We teach our kids not to wear shoes in the house. And it's just, I prefer it because especially you got little messy kids running around in a muddy backyard. Leave the shoes in the garage.
Yeah.
Don't bring it in here because we already got dogs that bring mud in, and it's another thing. But yeah, it's very, very common outside of any house that you see in Thailand. You're going to see a bunch of like flip-flops and shoes outside the door.
Yeah.
And it's usually just outside. So it's not going to, depending on how the house is set up. So, all right. Is talking loudly in public considered rude in Thailand versus the U.S.?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rude in Thailand.
It's rude in the U.S. too, but people
Don't
still do
care.
it and they don't care, and it's very annoying. And I try to leave those types of situations when I'm near that. So, all right, yeah, that's the episode on manners. Not my favorite topic. I mean, I didn't know how to
Well, I
walk
think
through this.
most of the things are universal.
Yeah, but just like, checking out the differences between, the two different countries, it was interesting. But I knew all of this anyway because, well, not all of it, but most of it because I've known her for about 9 years now. So, but yeah, if you like this kind of content, just give it a thumbs up. We will be posting a new video every week. Next week, I'm not too sure of what the topic is. Do you have an idea what we're going to be doing next week?
It's going to be a special episode.
Oh, okay. How so?
You have to subscribe and wait and see.
Oh, no. Yeah, but with that, we're going to wrap this episode up. Go ahead and give it a like if you don't mind. Subscribe if you want to hear more random conversations. And we'll see you next time.
See you next time.